Angle measure. After watching this video, I will be able to measure and classify angles. In geometry, there is a lot of words with specific definitions and ways how to write them in shorthand or in a notation. So the first one is array. Array is basically any line that has just one endpoint, like M, and then the arrow on the opposite side. This would be considered a ray, not a line. The way that I would specify how to express this ray in notation is I would pick the point, the end point of this left-hand side, so M, and then any other point. So I could say MO or MP. And then I need to have a symbol on top of these two letters. Because it's array, I need to go from endpoint and then an arrow on the right-hand side to specify its array. Same thing for MP. The letters have to be capitalized. If they are lowercase, this would be incorrect. The next word is an angle, and it's basically made up of two rays. So the rays are considered or called sides of the angle, and then the common endpoint would be called the vertex. So in our example below, X would be the vertex because it's the common point for both rays. And then the sides would be XZ and XY. Notice that the vertex is X, and that is also the first letter when I am specifying my rays. All letters are capitalized. Vertex is a point, so points are always uppercase. And the sides are rays, and all rays are also capitalized. You must have the symbol of a little ray on top of the two letters for shorthand notation. There are various ways to name an angle. One of the ways you can name an angle is based off of just the vertex and the two sides. So for example, in my image to the right, I have three letters. So I could say angle. This would be a symbol for angle. You can add a little curve. If it's on a computer, it might look something like just that. Angle. To name an angle, you would need to say Y, the vertex in the middle, and then the other endpoint or other letter. So I could say angle YXZ. I could also say angle ZXY because the two other sides, the endpoints, doesn't really matter. The vertex is the only important part. The vertex point has to be in the middle when naming the three letters. So I could use three letters to specify the angle. I could also say angle 3 because there is this number here in between telling me that I can call this angle 3. Now on my left-hand side, I have a more complicated image because I have various angles within. So if I wanted to talk about angle LJM, J is my vertex, so I know that J is right here, and then LM, I would be talking about that small angle towards the left. If I were talking about angle LJN, then I would be talking about J again is my vertex, LJN. I would be talking about that larger green angle that I've written out. If I was talking about angle LJP, well then vertex is J again. I could say LJP, that yellow image. Now, I also could have said the inverses. I could have said angle MJL or angle NJL or angle PJL, because again, the two endpoints doesn't really matter as long as the vertex, the J, is in the middle. I could also be talking about angle MJN. So MJN would be this purpley angle. And MJP. So angle MJP would be the right angle that's in black. So within this image, there were 5 angles that I could have named, and I could have named them in another way. So there was 5 possible angles, 10 possible ways of writing all of these angles. I can also classify angles based on its degree measurement. So in my image, I have a right angle, and a right angle is any angle that is 90 degrees exactly, no less, no more. And I can also denote that this is a 90-degree angle or a right angle because of this little box that is given to me. That symbol means that the angle is 90 degrees. An acute angle is any angle that's less than 90, and an obtuse angle is any angle that's more than 90 degrees, but obviously less than 180 degrees. So in this exercise, I want to identify the angles and determine whether it's a right, acute, or obtuse. So for angle MJP, it's the angle in red, and because of that symbol, this is a 90-degree angle, so this angle would be classified as a right. For B, angle LJP is that purple angle, and that is obviously larger than the right angle, the 90 degrees, so this would be considered obtuse. And then the last one, NJP. So NJP would be this green angle, which is smaller or less than the right angle, so less than 90, so it would be classified as acute.